out in Central Coast. It's been a minute. I missed you guys. Here we go. Got my limits of reds. These reds are pretty big. I mean, they're probably the size or bigger of my lingcod. Here we go. Yeah. And limits of my lings. Let me see if you can see this.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. This lovely Monday morning, you can see as we look over to Long Beach, there's a little bit of rain falling right now. I'm feeling a couple of drops on my head, and also as you look down toward Huntington Beach, there's some rain falling down that way. But the weather, and I'm talking about the ocean surface, is improving. There's less wind, and that means we'll be able to get back to our offshore bluefin tuna. We'll talk about that. We'll be south of the border here for a couple of days, bringing you some new content. 2 live shows today at 4 o'clock, live from 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. We'll be there with the Danny Cadota Show, and then 6 p.m., Tackle Shop Confessions. We've got trips. We've got a big surf fishing event. We've got so much to talk about. Good morning, my friends. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. The MB's coming at you. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Hey, it is truly great to be with you all this lovely morning. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. So good and so great to be with you all. It's a beautiful morning down here, although it does feel like the rain is going to start falling. So I better hurry on the morning briefing. Don't forget, hit that like button. Share these videos everywhere. Subscribe to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. You can follow us over there on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Let's check this water temperature out in this scientific way that I do it. Feels like 60-degree water to me, so that is good news. Hey, I got a few things I want to bring you up to date on. Events that we are having. I'll be down in Mexico on Tuesday through Thursday. We'll have some live shows for you. I'm hoping that Diego Nuno from the Royal Star and I can get together. I believe he's going to be down there during that time period. So we'll get together with Diego. We'll get together with Paulina. Who knows? Maybe we'll hook up with a variety of different other people and bring you some great content from Mexico. Saturday, right down there where you see that tower, we're having our big surf fishing event, and you are invited 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. There's going to be a high tide at sunrise and a grunion run. The subsequent day on Mother's Day, that all spells a fun event with a raffle and so much fun. We'll see you there. And then on Friday, May the 16th, we are on the El Patrón out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. 4 spots left. If you'd like to come fishing with yours truly and the Mad Dog and a bunch of other really great people on a really great boat that just repowered the El Patrón, that'll be Friday, May the 16th. Man, we got a lot going on. Let's talk Mexico here and tell you that the waters down around Cabo San Lucas are definitely starting to warm up. That water's getting warmer, and that means dorado, yellowfin tuna, striped marlin, roosterfish along the beach sierras are also biting. Things are changing up there around La Paz also. An occasional yellowtail. There was great yellowtail fishing in the winter right through April, but now the water's really starting to warm up. It's kind of chasing those yellows out of there and pushing in Dorado and all the other aforementioned species we talked about when we were talking about Cabo San Lucas. And up there in Mulegé and Loreto and Santa Rosalia, there's still good yellowtail action going on there, but you're going to see that warm water start to push in there, and the species will change just like they are a little bit further south down in San Quintin. 140 miles down below the border, there's been some yellowtail, sporadic bite on that, not consistent, but every once in a while you'll get a surface iron bite on those yellowtail, and tremendous rock fishing. There's also been some really good halibut fishing down there. And then Ensenada, the big bonito, have been biting for so many of the operators down there. Lucky Sport Fishing. You've seen Captain Ihara Nunez here recently. She is the first female sport fishing captain in beautiful Ensenada. I'm sure we'll be chatting with her while we're down there in Mexico. But you can charter with her if you want to. Lucky Sport Fishing. Lucky Sport Fishing. She does a great job. Big bonito for all the folks down there. Blackfin sport fishing. I hesitate to mention too many because I'll leave somebody out, and we'll be able to cover a lot of that when we're in Ensenada. So you got those big bonita. Not much on the yellowtail here recently, but more calico and sand bass. The weather is coming down. It was windy down there yesterday. And then, of course, the omnipresent rockfish bite has been really spectacular. And then Popotla, which is just about a 15-minute drive down below Rosarito Beach. The guys out of there, Cortez Sport Fishing, Carlos Cortez, he's been in the Coronado Islands a couple times. He's seen more and more yellowtail. We had a little dip in that because of the weather yesterday, but he's also had great rock fishing, and he's catching some of those big bonito also. So that is all fantastic south of the border, and we'll be down there to bring you live shows and a lot more content. We'll show you where the locals eat. We'll come up with some great fishing, and Anthony and I are going to try something new down there for the bar perch, and we're going to bring you along with us. I'm going to tell you how we're going to fish those things, but we're going to try it a little bit differently. Probably Playa Saldamondo, but I have reached out to many people down there, like my friend Diego Nuno, and he might say, hey, let's do this instead. And I'm open to suggestions. So we'll see where that all takes us. El Patrón, they've got brand new engines out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, and they're ready to take you on the fishing adventure of your life. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Again, we'll be on the El Patrón on Friday, May the 16th, and you can join us. Just send me a text, 657-227-6459, and you can grab one of those last 4 spots and fish with yours truly, and have a really great and fun day. I guarantee you we will have that. Whether we'll catch fish or not, who knows? I know that crew will put out their very, very best and try as hard as they can. Rock fishing's been excellent, so I anticipate more of that. Our bluefin tuna bite, we have had very poor fishing now for several days, and the reason's been the weather. It has been nasty offshore. It's just coming down. We're getting back to normal here today. I think tomorrow will be a much nicer day. Max Nui and the Pacific Voyager are going tomorrow morning. I know there's some guys leaving today, and they're going to encounter a much better ocean environment out there, and that is great news. It'll give them half a chance. The daytime bite on the bluefin tuna has not been really good at all. It's been very slow. If you get into one, many of the times you got to drop your fluorocarbon down to 25, 30, but don't drop it too light, especially if there's some big fish around, because you hook a 100-pounder on 30-pound, 25-pound, and you know, the longer you're on them, the more things that can go wrong, and inevitably they'll chew through the line. So try to fish as heavy a line as you can, and at night you're not going to fish anything less than 100-pound spectra and 200-pound bite leaders. I would have some jigs up there around 400 grams. Once again, that 16-ounce Eddie Bomb worked great on the Independence for us. Tungsten jigs get you down really, really quick, but they're pricey. Some as much as $100 for a jig. So I'll leave that up to you, but I would bring some heavier stuff. I would still bring some of those jigs that are like 240, 250 grams like that, but I would definitely have you bring some heavier stuff. You definitely want to do that. All right. So we'll get back to our bluefin tuna situation. Hopefully that stuff's going to bite here this evening, and we'll be watching Max and everybody else to see how they do. Should be very, very interesting. As we mentioned, Carlos Cortez has looked at the Coronado Islands, and there's been more and more yellows there. The question that looms right now is, did the water temperature take such a dip during this little wind that we just had that it's going to give those fish lockjaw? We will see. The best score here recently, 14 yellowtail on the San Diego, and then it dips up and down. And I think a lot of it has to do with weather. If you get some really good weather, then you can get warming waters, and those yellows get more in a biting mood. We've seen them taken in a variety of different ways. We've seen them on the surface iron, on the yo-yo iron. We've seen them with a dropper loop. There's been some nice halibut also down on a dropper loop, yellows and halibut. And also we have seen some fly line bait yellowtail at the island. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely, and hopefully it's gonna bite. Man, what do I have in my pocket here? Oh yeah, tuna riot poppers. Woohoo! Are they the hot ticket? Tuna riot poppers work so good on a variety of different species, but throwing them on those foamers of bluefin tuna, what a great way to get bit. They also make some smaller ones that I'm going to throw here in the surf one of these days. I'm thinking that the yellowfin croaker would jump all over those things, maybe even a flatty. We'll see in this short water here how that works out. So once again, the Coronado Islands showing some signs of life, and there's always the rockfish to help really kind of pad the count and get you home with some good eating fish. Looks like Anthony down there. Mad Dog. Scott Buchert says the dog has fleas. Scott, I would watch it. You know, Anthony's a pretty healthy guy, man. You got to be careful. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention a good friend, Craig Beaker Jacobs. Craig was down in Gonzaga Bay fishing with the famous Juan Cook. Juan does a great job down there, and he went down to Gonzaga Bay and caught yellowtail, capri, and so many other species. Had the time of his life. Way to go, Beaker. Happy to see you doing your thing. Rockfish up and down the Southern California coast. If we're talking 1/2 and 3/4 day, guys, most of them have been able to provide you with some good rock fishing as well as some sculpin, and there's still halibut up and down the Southern California coast. We'll see how that all comes to play. I know that the Spitfire yesterday, even with some inclement weather, still had 9 halibut out of Marina del Rey Sport Fishing, and they have been on a roll. They've been catching a lot of flatfish, and they add to it, you know, some lings and stuff like that. And the new Del Mar out of Marina del Rey Sport Fishing, and 1 halibut, but that baby weighed in at 20 pounds. It was a really nice flatty, and we see the Native Son. He'll be out trying it out of 22nd Street Landing. The Monte Carlo out of there has been doing really well on the rockfish on that beautiful platform. We'll be down there at 22nd Street Landing this afternoon, 4 o'clock, with our live show, the Danny Cadota Show. You're not going to want to miss that. We'll follow it up by being at Island Fishing Tackle with my friend Sam De La Torre and Tackle Shop Confessions. That's going to be a great show too. Live shows for you here today. That surf looks a little bumpy. Is Anthony on? There's a lot of frickin' salad in the water. Hard to work in this kind of condition. We'll see. I thought Anthony was on, but it didn't look like. And when I say salad, I'm talking about kelp. Seeing a lot of it here in the SoCal surf. Here this morning, we'll see how that all works out. We got to talk white sea bass, and that takes us to the Channel Islands. That is not to say, by the way, that there hadn't been some white sea bass caught at Catalina Island. There has been, but the epicenter has definitely been up there in the Channel Islands, where the Mirage and Santa Barbara Sea Landing and the Endeavor have all been in on it, and they've been doing really, really well up there. We had that weather go through. It was nasty. Will that shut it down? Will it push it down here today? We'll see. We're watching it closely, but there's been spectacular fishing. It's 1 fish per rod right now, 1 fish per angler. That is your limit. They must be 28 inches in length. They've been biting on the dropper loop, some on the Carolina rig when you're in that short water. Those white flukes have been super effective, and it doesn't matter whether it's fresh, dead squid or live. They've both been working really, really well. So we'll keep our eyes on that bite. It's been spectacular. Too much wind yesterday, so we'll see if it bounces back here today. Great fishing on several boats, and there's been a mix in terms of the size of fish, from just legal to right on up to some 40+ pound WSBs and a lot of halibut up there also mixed with those sea bass. It has been absolutely spectacular fishing, riding you up the coast a little bit further up there. Monterey's had great lingcod fishing and excellent fishing in San Francisco. Lovely Martha sport fishing, limited out on stripers, catching halibut. It's been really good fishing up there in that neck of the woods. I don't know how you can beat that. Don't forget our new Spanish language YouTube channel, Aventuras del Gringo, pushing 10,000 views, and we just debuted. I'm so thankful to each and every one of you who are supporting our new channel. If you know somebody who speaks Spanish, if you know somebody who's bilingual, if you know somebody like Chuck Zimmer from Z Custom Rods who wants to learn Spanish, and he's over there all the time, make sure you subscribe to Aventuras del Gringo, Gringo Adventures. And of course, we'll have a lot of content coming out of Mexico here shortly for you all. That's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget, on the 10th of May, that's Saturday, everybody, right down there at the corner of Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway, we've got our big surf fishing event. And you'll be able to go down to Big Fish Bait and Tackle, which is 2 miles to the north of that. So you go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle, pick up your tackle, your bait, and then make a 2-mile drive south to that tower. When you see the tower, you're there. Park over here on the beach side if there's parking available. If not, you park on the other side of Pacific Coast Highway. There's restrooms. And of course, we'll be there with a great, beautiful raffle and so much fun. And I'm thinking it's going to be some really good fishing. If we can keep some calm weather, get some solar warming, I think you're going to see more and more yellowfin, croaker, barb, perch. You're sure going to see some halibut with a grunion run on Mother's Day the day after. It's going to be a lot of fun. And whether you want to surf fish, you want to just come down and have a cup of coffee, or you want to watch the sunrise or take a stroll on the beach, we would love to see you that morning. That is going to be so much fun. I guarantee you that. Doesn't look like the dog has caught anything quite yet, but we'll keep our eyes on him for you very, very closely. Again, Big Fish Bait and Tackle awaits you. You don't want to miss that. Ventura Sport Fishing, the Island Spirit, focused solely on halibut. They've been doing really well. That's their Wednesday trip. On Wednesday, they focus up there on just halibut. And here in May, if you buy a full fare ticket and fish on the weekdays, then you get the second ticket for 50% off. Give them a call right now, 805-676-3474, and get on the Island Spirit this Wednesday. Of course, on Sundays, it's kids fish free every Sunday on board the Island Spirit. VenturaSportFishing.com, or call them 805-676-3474. All right, my friends, here at the other islands, San Clemente Island, a few yellowtail. The Fury out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing had 1 yellow. They're starting to see a little bit more fish. It's been up and down, no big hits on that. It's been mostly rockfish over there in that neck of the woods. And we're going to get back to our bluefin tuna fishing here today. We'll see how that goes. Actually, I should say tonight, because as I've been mentioning, the daytime bite hasn't been all that great. We'll see how that all pans out. All right, my friends, I don't know what to tell you. It is a beautiful morning. I thought I was going to get rained on, and it looks like I have avoided that, at least for the time being. I still got to walk up to the house. I'm going to walk over and see what the dog's doing, and then again, 2 live shows today. Danny Canota, 4 o'clock live from our home base, 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. And then at 6 p.m., Sam De La Torre, that's right, and Island Fishing Tackle will be doing Tackle Shop Confessions. You all have a great morning. Thanks for joining us. And Anthony and I will be bringing you a lot of great content from Mexico Lindo, from down in Mexico. Oh yeah, hey, Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, which incidentally isn't a real big celebration in Mexico unless you're around Puebla, Mexico. That's where the battle that the what's the word I'm looking for? Underdog, that's it. Mexican army, when they went up against the French back in 1810, I think it was, and defeated the French army. That took place in Puebla. They celebrate down there, but elsewhere in Mexico, not a big celebration. Here in the United States, it is just an excuse to pop a tequila or two, or they've commercialized it to the point where they can make some money on it. All right, my friends, Anthony, I've been talking about you. Hey, why don't we go see him together here? What's going on, man? You catching anything?
No.
There's a lot of salad in here, huh?
Big dead seal right
Oh, really?
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Do you guys want to see a dead seal? I don't know. The algae bloom. I think I'll...
This thing's been working really good for me.
Oh, it has. I know it has, man.
I had a bite over there, but keep on.
Come on, come on. You ready for Mexico?
Yeah.
That's
oh,
going to
yeah.
be fun, man.
It'll be sick.
I know. Well, I'm looking forward to it. All right. Well, we're going to say goodbye. Both Anthony and I. I'm going to walk down and check that seal out, too. I don't know if anybody wants to see that, but I'll film that apart. And what the heck? Dead seal, you know? We got to go check it out. All right, Anthony, good to see you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great morning, and I hope to see you. We hope to see you really, really soon.